Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports. Gematria. Breaking news. Body found. Human remains of Red Sox at Minute Maid Park. Skull and bones discovered. This just in. A Red Sox skull and bones were found at Minute Maid Park tonight, according to local authority. The Houston Astros are considered to be person of interest. There's going to be more details being released on this case as soon as we can get a crew down to the scene. Please, guys, please bear with us. More information is coming soon. I'm just messing with you guys. Alright, so let's check this out. Angel Gabby does not like wearing socks. So let's go over the numbers that I have been talking about at nauseum um, since September. Same numbers over and over and over again. This time it's going to be relating towards the Houston Astros. If you haven't already, go to my playlist on my YouTube channel, the Gabby Petito case, if I can talk correctly. The Gabby Petito case. I have 37 videos. You're now watching video number 38. I have it on William Shatner, Things Heard and Seen, Colts, Meek Mill, Nina Channel, Squid Game, NFL Sunday, NBA Landmark's 75th anniversary, Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson, Mark Wahlberg, Tyson Fury, LeBron James, Space Jam, Tyson Fury, prediction. We're going to be talking about Angel Gabby blessing Framber Valdez and the Astros. We got Jimmy Levine or Jimmy Iovine in the Super Bowl. Reese Witherspoon, Los Angeles Rams, Sanderson sisters, the Bucks and Grizzlies, Hubie Dubois with Adam Sandler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Katie Couric, Cornell University. Squid Game, Sandra Bullock, on and on and on. Xavier Prather with Historic Big Brother, Wendy Williams, Birdman, Lil Wayne, UFC 266, Blink 182, yada yada yada. On and on and on. So here we go. All the same numbers that I've been talking about in all those other videos. Have you guys been paying attention? I hope so. What would have been Gabby's 204th day of her age? The words Houston Astros sums to 204 and 75. They won their second game of the current MLB postseason. Gabriel Petito sums to 75. So Gabriel Petito 75. Houston Astros 204 75. On the 204th day of what would have been her age, Houston Astros get that second win against the White Sox. They go up 2-0 on that game. The starting pitcher that day was Framber Valdez, which sums to 218. And it was the 281st day of the Gregorian year, the day of that game. Why is that important? Well, the combo 218, 182, 281, 812, and everything alike is what I've been talking about in all these videos. All 37 of these videos. Examples like Where's Gabby 182, Van Life Girl 182. Her last birthday this year was on the 182nd day of the Hebrew civil side, and she was officially reported missing on the 182nd day of the Hebrew religious side, aka the ecclesiastical side. Her fiance Brian Laundrie sums to 128. They left for their road trip on July 2nd, a day leaving 182 left in the Gregorian year. They were pulled over on via police cam the same day Tyson Fury turned 33 years old, which was August 12th, written 8/12 or 12/8. Check out my Tyson Fury videos that I have. I even did the prediction for Tyson Fury to win that fight. They're in here somewhere. I have a couple of them. Gabby's last Instagram post was made on August 25th, the day leaving 128 left in the Gregorian year. Brian Laundrie remained a person of interest, 218, the entire time the search was going on. This is the year for the 117th World Series. Mathematics tells us the divisors of 117 sum to 182. So 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 13 plus 39 plus 117 sums to 182, this being the 117th World Series. Whereas Gabby 182, Van Life Girl 182, Framber Valdez 218, Anagram of 182. Also reminds you of Squid Game 218. Before the quote-unquote Astros versus Red Sox, which sums to 218, the series that began with Framber Valdez 218 as the Astros starting pitcher for Game 1. Before that happened, we saw NFL Squid Game Sunday, where the NFL week opened up with Los Angeles Rams 218 on Thursday Night Football. Talk about it right here. NFL Week 5, Squid Game Sunday. Later that week, William Shatner OC, which sums to 182, became the oldest astronaut, emphasis on astro, on the 7th day of the 8th month for the Hebrew religious side of the calendar, written 7/8. Gabby was born on the 78th day of the Gregorian year. Her last birthday just so happened to be the 182nd day of the Hebrew civil side. The words Jeffrey Bezos sums to 182. Watch my video right here, William Shatner, OC, and Gabby Petito ascend numerically. In Game 1 between Astros versus Red Sox, 218, starting pitcher Framber Valdez, which equals 133 and 218. He opened up the game on the 331st day of his current age, 133, 331, 133, 331. They're just reflections of each other. The 331st day of his age. First game of the Astros versus Red Sox, 218. Framber Valdez, 218. The number 331 is the 67th prime number. Gabby's last birthday was the 182nd day of the Hebrew civil year, which was the 6th day of the 7th month of the Hebrew civil year, written 6/7. 331, the 67th prime. 182, an anagram of 218. Her last Instagram post was of her holding an orange pumpkin in her hands with the caption, Happy Halloween. And the day of that Instagram post marked 67 days to the upcoming Halloween holiday. And the Astro team colors are similar to Halloween colors with the orange. And Game 5 of the World Series will be played on Halloween, assuming either of the two teams that are in the World Series don't sweep one another, one or the other. It goes 4-0. So in Game 5 versus the Red Sox, Framber Valdez, 218, records his first win postseason this year. And it just so happened to be the same day, quote-unquote, Brian Laundrie, 128, remains were found. That's when Brian Laundrie's skull and bones were found. This was the 14th day of the 8th month on the Hebrew religious side, written 14/8. This was the same day Astros manager became 14-8 postseason all-time for his career as a manager for the Astros. It's also the day that Chris and Roberto Laundrie, equals 148, decided to look for their son for the very first time, and they found him. What an interesting day. 2 days later, on what would have been Gabby Petito, 122, what would have been her 218th day of her current age, which is October 22nd, written 10/22, 122, 122. The Astros advanced into the World Series over the Red Sox. We know the words Gabriel Petito summed to 75, just like Houston Astros summed to 75. Red Sox ended their season by picking up their 75th loss for the season. Last month I talked about Xavier Prather, who sums to 75, winning the historic $750,000 prize money on the Big Brother reality show, which he was inspired by his nephew, who's named Kobe, 75. This was the Red Sox manager's 575th all-time game for his career. See the 7-5, 5-7 in there? And then here is the Big Brother, as predicted. Xavier Prather wins historic Big Brother, plus Blink-182 information. Speaking of the Red Sox manager, his name is Alex Cora, which sums to 137. This was the Red Sox 173rd game of the season. 137 and 173 are just anagrams of each other. Gabby's quote-unquote body found equals 137, and it took place on the 13th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew religious side, written 137. At Bridger Teton, 137. Gabby was born on the 78th day of the Gregorian. This was the 78th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. This was the Astros manager's 78th postseason all-time game um, as a manager for Astros. And the Red Sox are now 7-8, like 78 head-to-head against Astros all-time postseason with this loss. The Astros are 8-7 head-to-head against Red Sox all-time postseason with this win. In the words Gabby Petito, 87, her last Instagram post was her in front of a monarch butterfly, which sums to 87. The MVP for the ALCS series was named Jordan Ruben Alvarez, who sums to 87. And I'll be doing a video on him as well in a separate video to this. So that should be the video after this one, number 39. This game being just 2 days after the remains of Brian Laundrie, quote unquote, 65 and 223 were found. Brian Laundrie, 65, 223. And they only found a skull and some bones. That's all they found. And, which is funny. And game 6, this game was played in Minute Maid Park, which sums to 65 and 223. It just so happened to be the 223rd day of the Hebrew religious year. And Red Sox ended their season 6-5 for a postseason record this year with the loss, as the Astros sat on 65 postseason losses all time as a team with the win. Skull and Bones 322, a reflection of 223. Minute Maid Park 223 on the 223rd day. Brian Laundrie 223. All they found was a skull and some bones 322. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was interesting.